But we gonna jump back into this topic. So Sun Soul Lex was talking about the resources that are right there at our fingertips, everybody's fingertips.
Yes, sir.
The one thing that I wanted to say, and this kind of bumps its head against your position on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's right in the line with the conversation,
right?
Because you're known for saying you don't want to be the part of the system. You don't want to be part of the system. You want to be a part of the system. But here's the thing. We are in a society where you can pick and choose what parts of the system that you deal with, but there are parts of the system that you need and should utilize. So like when you were talking about, hey, go put yourself on child support, go do this, go do that. You have to understand that this stuff is not one-sided. It's not only in favor of the women. And that's something that I had to learn in my experiences. With the mothers of my two sons and even with my stepdaughter, when my oldest son was young, I had a case of the ass. I felt all kind of ways because things weren't how in my head, in my immature head, they weren't rolling how I thought they should roll. Did I reach breaking points? Yes. Did I want to act irrational? Yes. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that there is a right and a wrong way to go about certain things. I looked into doing things the legal way, but at the end of the day, I really didn't have a leg to stand on in what I was pursuing. So I had to fall back. And it's like, you know what? Hey, let me fall back. Let me be mature about the situation. Let me look at what's going on here and let time take its course. That worked.
Right.
Me and my oldest son's mother, we are best friends to this day. Yes, we've had our ups and downs. Yes, we both can say, oh, he got on my nerves. Oh, she got on my nerves. Oh, he this or she that. We both can say that. But we chose not to act irrational because, one, we had a child. And two, it's like, ain't neither one of us want them clink clinks. When it came to my second son, I knew what I could do, what I should do to make my situation better, and what I should not do to make it worse. Did we have ups and downs? Yes, we did, but we are the best of friends, and we don't have those issues. My stepdaughter's the same way. You know, I put a lot into her, and, you know, things didn't go how I looked, but I had to take myself and say, at the end of the day, I'm an outsider to this situation because that is her child. She does have a biological father. I'm just here, you know, because I'm emotionally invested, but at no point in any of my situations did I feel like I needed to act irrational or say, oh, they're doing this to me and they're doing that to me, because as a grown man who sat back and looked at the situation, I had to say, you know what? Let me look at what I am contributing to the situation. That way I can make a rational decision.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with all the shit I've been through in my life, man, I've gone through my breaking points too many times to remember.
Mm-hmm.
But each time I go through a breaking point, meaning mentally, I feel like I just can't fucking go on. Like, I'm done. It's a wrap for me.
Mm-hmm.
I find that, like you, I have to take a step back and breathe. Like, literally just fucking breathe. everybody knows me. When I have situations that I feel are out of my control, I just step back. And that's me saying mentally, you got to put the brakes on.
Right.
So it's kind of like having gone through that breaking point, so many different times in my life. I find that it's kind of empowering to a certain degree. Meaning just when you think you can't go on anymore, you'll find out you're a hell of a lot stronger than what you think you are.
I totally agree with you on that. Totally agree.
So
totally agree.
Again, this gentleman, he thought that he couldn't go on anymore. And again, like I said, I'm not taking his side none whatsoever, but from a mental standpoint, as a human being relating to another human being, our breaking points are different.
Mm-hmm.
But some of us aren't aware enough to know that when you reach a breaking point, that means it's time to take a mental fucking break.
Mm-hmm.
That's time to step back, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, detach yourself from the damn situation, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to look at it from an outside standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kind of put it together like a damn puzzle. Okay, this piece doesn't go here. Let me move it over there. So forth and so on. You know what I mean? So, back to what we were saying with the resources, there are certain ways to get out of child support. I've seen it on the net that, certain gentlemen out here have found that loophole. I can't recall who they were at the time. But it's one of those things you just have to do your due diligence to exhaust every possible source that you know and some that you don't know. Again, the information is out there. You know somebody who's going through the situation that you're facing right now when it comes down to, the legal process of child support and, ex-wives and, just this situation in general. Believe me, you're not going to be the first person, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to be the last person to go through this situation. So there's someone out there, again, whether it's on the internet or someone who's gone through the process. Just ask them for their advice, man. How did you handle this? What did you find was the wrong way to do things, and what did you find out, that actually worked? Or what would you have done differently had you known now what you didn't know then?
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's just so many dang resources out here that people did not helping themselves out any by going at it alone. I promise you, anything you want to find anything out about, whether it's from working on your car to how to bake a cake to how to tie your shoes, it's out here. I promise you it's out here. Only thing you got to do is just get on the phone, let your fingers do the walking, as they say. You'll find it, I promise you.
My thing about child support, let me put it this way. If you have a problem taking care of a child, then don't put yourself in the situation where a child can be produced.
Exactly.
I get the child support system is horrible. It's ridiculous. And I am fortunate enough with my youngest son that when we went to child support, she saw how ridiculous that was, and we made our own agreement because, let me tell you, at the time that we were at child support, I was making about 26,000 a year. That was my yearly salary. And and them jokers was asking for like $1,100 a month. Now let that sink in. That's before taxes, but that's what child support is. They take your money before taxes. So me making 25, 26,000 a year, and they're wanting 1,100 a month, I'll be on the street somewhere. So I get it. It's ridiculous. But here's the thing. If you are not financially in a place to take care of a child, don't put yourself in a situation where a child can be brought into this world. The other thing when it comes to that, if you decide that you are ready to have a child, make sure that you have a child with a woman that you have a very decent relationship with, and that y'all communicate amongst each other how this is going to go, whether y'all going to co-parent, not be married, be together, get married, or whatever the case may be. That should eliminate a lot of the nonsense that led up to the situation that we're referring to. It should. Not saying that it always will, but it should. But the thing about it is, another thing that talking about the resources and stuff, all three of these individuals were nurses. And here's the other thing. I know in hospitals they have employee assistance programs where they offer you free resources. Lots of jobs have them. I have it in the military. I have them with my job at Department of Energy. They send you a website. All you got to do is register, and you got access to legal, mental health, financial, all types of stuff. So there is no shortage of resources out there. You just have to reach out and ask somebody. It can be that easy.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, if you don't want kids, put on your rain suit, as they say. One of my closest friends told me when we were younger, he said, a good soldier always goes to war with his helmet out.
Always.
So keep that helmet on, meaning that condom on. Keep it on, man. You going in head first, right? So keep that damn helmet on. But I think we've gotten to a place in our society where you rely on someone else telling us what to do way too damn much. Meaning, when it comes down to, the child support system, again, it's one of those things I just don't agree with, and I'll leave it at that to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like if you're grown, you shouldn't need anybody to tell you to take care of your child.
Yeah.
Whether you're a male or a female,
it's not rocket science.
Yeah, it's not. Like, okay, I took a chance and I rolled the dice. Dice came up, snake eyes. I lost. So, with that being said, we often have to take care of responsibilities that we feel we don't want to. Now, whether you want the child or don't want the child, you still laid there with that woman, so y'all produce this child.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not letting the women off, the hook. But as men, we have to realize and understand 9 times out of 10, we are the ones who are looked at the ones